Well, hey, you guys. First of all, happy Friday. I have no idea what my hair's doing. Sorry. It just is having its own party, apparently. But I wanted to hop on and share a couple of thoughts that I've been having about intervention. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, recorded about it over on the podcast, A Meaningful Mesh. You can always give that a listen anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Blogged about it over on my blog at andymcnair.com. And now I just posted about it on Instagram, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to share a short video with some really easy things that I think we need to think about when we're considering intervention. If you live in Texas, you know that this is a big conversation right now as far as how do we impact our learners and help move the needle, help them make progress in a way that makes sense. But what we don't want to do is feel like we're just spinning our wheels. And so I think there are really three things that we need to consider when we are making intervention a priority. First of all, I want to say, apart from those three things, just doing something at a different time will not move the needle. In other words, if we're doing something in our classroom at 9 and then we keep that student in at a different time of day, or we have them come in after school and we're using the same approach, probably not going to have different results. And I think that sometimes that can get frustrating as educators because we want to move that needle, right? We want to see the work that we're doing have an impact. And so I think we have to consider what are some different things that we can think about. So first of all, I want to say that we need to really think about a different strategy. So if whatever it is that we're doing, if they're not learning it the way that we're teaching it, is there a different strategy? Is there a different idea that I can try, or that I can make a reality for them so that maybe that will make the light bulb go off? Sometimes it's just a matter of trying something new. I think another thing that we need to consider, so different strategy, maybe a different voice, right? There are sometimes they just can't hear it from us. Maybe they need to hear it from an outside expert, somebody who actually uses that skill beyond the walls of the classroom. Maybe they need to hear it from a colleague who does a really great job teaching that particular standard or that particular concept. Never a bad idea. And that doesn't make you a failure as a teacher. It just means they may do that really well while there's something else that you do really well. Absolutely nothing wrong with, I think, calling someone else in and asking them to help with that. I think it's also a good idea to sometimes ask your students to help each other. Now, I'm not a big fan of peer tutoring in the form of, oh, you already understand this, then it's your job to help someone else. I think every learner deserves an opportunity to experience new learning. So I don't think a kid should have to spend their time tutoring another. But if it's an opportunity for them to collaborate, practice communication skills, and grow through the protege effect, in other words, them getting better at it because they're teaching someone else, I think that can be beneficial. So something to consider, could I bring in a different voice? So different strategy, different voice. And number 3 would be different motivation, right? Could it be that they're just not motivated to learn this for whatever reason? And, you know, Daniel Pink, his famous TED Talk, he talks about 3 different types of motivation: intrinsic motivation, mastery, autonomy, and purpose. And thinking about those things, I think it's really important that we ask ourselves, could it be that this learner is not motivated to learn it because they're not motivated through mastery, or maybe they're not motivated by autonomy? Maybe they really need to be motivated through purpose, or maybe they're not motivated by purpose. They need to be motivated by us giving them autonomy. Whatever that is, figuring that out could be the missing piece of the puzzle. So definitely some things to consider. Let me go over them one more time. When we're thinking about intervention, sometimes it's a matter of considering a different strategy, a different voice, or a different motivation. And so when you get to that place where you feel like you're spinning your wheels and, oh, I don't think this kid's ever going to get this, I don't know how to help them get it, ask yourself those 3 questions. Have I checked all of those boxes? Have I considered all of those options? And if you haven't, maybe just kind of make that a priority. I think you might see some results from that, and I think it might help us as educators feel like we're making that impact that we so want to make each and every day. So again, happy Friday. I hope you guys are all having a good day. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.